Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Argylle. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So I'm a little late to reviewing this movie. For a long while, I didn't even give it a chance. I was hearing mixed reviews on it, so I kind of figured like, what the heck. It does have a cast of a lot of familiar actors and actresses, but let's just go over the cast first. So you got Henry Cavill plays as Argylle, Daniel Singh plays as the armed guard, Andrew Adriana Du Bois plays as Kira, John Cena plays as Wyatt, Richard E. Grant plays as Director Fowler, Dua Lipa plays as Lagrange, Bryce Dallas Howard plays as Elly Conway, Jason Fuchs plays as the moderator. Who else am I missing? Samuel Jackson's in there. Samuel Jackson plays in here as Alfie. Bryan Cranston plays the director Ritter, which is the plays as the father, the fake father of Ellie. And Sam Rockwell plays as Aiden Wild. So let's get into the movie. So this movie was decent. I don't know. I guess because people were looking at like the amount of people that were in the cast, why they down the movie so much. I just think it was like an entertaining, fun movie, not to be taken serious, you know. And so what the storyline is, you got Elly Conway, and she's a introverted spy novelist, and her selling of her books, spy books, has been selling through the roof. But what happened is that the information she was given was like in the spy books was that she was given was real information that was happening in life. So people were intrigued in her books, and so she had this one last book that she came out with, and it was a top seller, but she left a cliffhanger. Now, in the world, people were coming uh, out of woodwork to capture her because they want to know what's the ending about. Now, in her world, she just thinking she like a regular novice. So she's talking to her mom on the phone. The mom is pretty much like, "You left a cliffhanger. You can't leave that. You have to finish the book. You have to finish one more chapter and tell what's going to happen." She's going to find out why the mom was telling her that. So what took place is she went to take a trip, and on a trip she was on a train, and she ran into Aiden. And during this time, she's been seeing the Argylle character plays this Henry Carvel as like she's having visions, but he's not like he's not a real character. So she meets Aiden on the train, and then Aiden instantly he knows there's other like spies after her, so he steps in, and then the adventure starts from there. He's beating people up on the plane, but when she's seeing Aiden, she's seeing uh, Henry Cavill character as Argylle. She's not seeing Aiden, so nevertheless, it's just humorous, and he's fighting, beating people up, telling her, trying to save her. She don't know what to think, and so instantly, they got off the plane. They flew on the plane in the air. I mean, off the train. I said plane. They flew off the train in the air, and he took her to her cabin. She came to. He's explaining stuff. She don't really trust him, but he's explaining stuff to her, and then he takes her and said, "We got to take a plane ride to London," because he thinking that's going to help her get more familiar with how the ending of the story goes, and it's more adventure from there. But what you find out is that on the other side, the main guy that is after her and has his goons after her, you find out that that's her dad, or so she believes her dad, director, not director Fly, what was his name? It'll come back to me. Nevertheless, that was her father. And so, yeah, Director Ritter. That's what it was, Director Ritter. That's her father, or playing like her father. So when she runs into trouble, she ditches Aiden. She goes to her mom and dad, who so she believes her mom and dad, and she goes to them, and they're trying to get information from them. So you instantly see there's something fishy with him. So Aiden pops in, pulls a gun out on the dad. He reveals who he really is, and the mom. Aiden shot the moms, and you thought she was dead. So she like, you shot my mom. She was in love with this cat named that was called Alfie as well, and the real her doesn't really like cats. So Aiden took her to Alfie, which is played by Samuel Jackson, and he explained everything to her, that pretty much she was a spy and she was on a mission and it went bad, and she went to amnesia. So what happened is the Director Ritter had a person play as her mom, and they did like uh, MK Ultra on her mind to let her believe she was this Elly Conway character, and those are her parents, and they fed all that information to her. Now, when she was doing the books, it was so good because she was really telling the books on her actual life and experiences that she was doing. So she then once she realized who she was after they showed her that information, Aiden took a swing at her and she ducked, and then she started getting into her, becoming herself, who she actually was, and she was actually good at what she was doing. So from there, they pretty much her real name is Rachel, and so she has to go basically like the final destination and go get this information. And Aiden gets captured, and she shot Aiden, making them believe like she really killed him, but she shot a perfect shot that just basically went through him. As long as she stopped the bleeding, he would live, and he did live. And she ended up fighting Dr. Ritter and the mom in the final scenes of the movie, and pretty much it ended there. But then there is one post credit scene where Dr. Ritter is showing up talking to what is led to believe like her brother. And then also at the end, Henry Cavill's character showed up at one of her book signings, and he was in the crowd and said, "You got some information for me?" And she was looking like, he's supposed to be made up. How is that real? So it's, pretty much left a cliffhanger for it to be a part two. It's entertaining enough. I mean, I've definitely seen worse movies. I don't know why it caught such flack on the movie. Out of my 4-star rating system, I give it a 2 out of 4 stars. It's decent enough to watch and be entertained by it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.